Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and today we're going to be taking a look at Audio Keypad. Now, this module is going to be playing has a play button up in the top left, which is going to be playing a sound when pressed from the hit game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes soundtrack. So our goal here is to identify what sound it's going to be playing, and we have to essentially input it in sort of a symbol-like form. We have 4 symbols present on the module, and this actually helps you eliminate quite a few options. All you need to do is press 1, and it will solve the module. So, what exactly is our goal here? So I've currently turned down my game volume to 0, music volume rather. I still have sound effects up, but essentially this is going to help me hear the music instead of hearing the actual music on the bomb right now. For example, I would hear that sound normally in the game volume. However, I'm going to simply turn this down. That's a Dragon game, I believe. Now, one thing I would like to note, I do actually know how to solo this module, but essentially I'm going to act like this is something new to me, something I haven't learned yet. So what we can do is we can go to, we have the soundtrack available of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. That's available here, and it will send you to a link on YouTube. So open a new window, or rather new tab, and it will send you to YouTube here, which I hope I don't get an ad. I would love that. And I get this. God, dang it.
Do you want a new voice?
Voice mod.
There we go. All right. And it essentially will send you to the link here. And we have the ability to listen to Wait, for example. So, what each of these represent is each of these are part of the KTANE soundtrack, the official soundtrack. So we have Pitchfork, Melted 3, I'm Dead, Dragon, Hollow Star, 0.01, Squid Knife, Smiley Face, Mancy, Ultramarine, Pop Quiz Hotshot, Paragraph, and Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Now, one thing that's important to note is that some of these are not on the actual audio keypad. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But currently, we do have Keep Talking, which is actually the opening part of this game. We have Wait, which is one of the soundtracks of which you hear in the lobby. Wait and Mancy are the 2 soundtracks of which you can hear in this lobby. There's also Pop Quiz Hotshot, but this one wasn't included in the actual manual. And then we get into some of the more intense ones. We have Pitchfork, Melted 3, Dragon, Hollow Star, Squid Knife, Smiley Face, Ultramarine. Ultramarine is actually a special one. It's actually not part of the. It's a bonus soundtrack, as you can see here. It's one that you're not familiar with, and it will make sense if you're not familiar with it. Then there's Paragraph, and then Nobody Explodes is essentially the when you solve the bomb. So, for example, let's do this. For those of you who don't have any optimized soundtracks, you'll hear this one a lot. And so on and so forth. So essentially what our goal is to identify which soundtrack is playing and press the symbol that's associated with it. And generally what I tend to do is I tend to associate Wait and Mancy as well as Keep Talking and Nobody Explode. They're not sort of the intense themes that you would get from the rest of the soundtracks here. So that's kind of just the way that you can distinguish a couple of symbols, but for the most part, it's going to be kind of either know the soundtracks or have a good way of describing them. So let's listen. So this sounds very familiar. And we can actually take a look at our options here. We have currently Keep Talking, we have Pitchfork, we have Paragraph, and we have the Smiley Face. So it's not intense. It doesn't sound like Keep Talking. It's not the opening game credits, that's for sure. Let's take a look. I think it's Pitchfork. It starts out with the exact same. That's perfect. So this is Pitchfork. So all we need to do is we simply need to select Pitchfork, and just like that is this little module. Now let's take a look at this one. Ooh. I've not heard this one before, that you would normally say. So this is probably just a hunch, Ultramarine. Let's take a listen here. If I can, maybe not get an ad, that would be nice. Yeah, this is Ultramarine. If the lights would ever turn back on.
Very well done.
And just like that, it's a sole module. That's the Omega sign. That's perfect. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. This one sounds a little bit, I wouldn't say hollow necessarily, but it sounds very quiet at the beginning. And it's like, bum, 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 bum. So, I believe this is Melted 3, because I know this one off the top of my head, but I'm not familiar with this one. I haven't done it in a while, and it's not really my favorite theme. Yeah, this is Melted 3. Alright, so Melted 3 is, as you expect, the Wizard Staff. Let's get this guy.
Is the right answer.
And just like that, we're good to go. This one sounds like a more casual theme, so it's either going to be Wait or Mancy. And both these are present on the module. And I believe this is Mancy. Yeah, this is Mancy. So let's press Mancy.
Very well done.
And we're good to go. Now this one I just don't even need to know. This is my personal favorite one, Dragon. And as we can see, if we go to the, I wonder if I can turn off the sound effect. I can't. Okay, so it actually doesn't affect me at all. So I know that for a fact this one is Dragon. This is my favorite song out of everything in the game. And it starts off with that, sort of similar to how it sounds. And we're gonna go press Dragon. Starts off the exact same, and just like that is this all module. So sorry if this was a little bit of a scuffed tutorial, but essentially you're going to use the soundtrack, and it's pretty simple to learn the themes. They're all very distinct from one another. Probably the trickiest one to identify like immediately offhand is Paragraph. It starts off very quiet, I will say, immediately, because if we go back to it, if I don't get an ad, that would be nice. Looks like luck isn't my favorite today. The Paragraph starts off very like very like almost like air sort of sound. It's not really something that you hear that often, and you have to kind of wait for it, but it'll go into sort of hopping. And it'll essentially repeat that later on. So, as always, stay crazy, stay cool, know the soundtrack, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.